Did you grow up in a two-parent household at all?
No, only my mom. Never had no daddy.
Your parents split at some point.
Yeah, at some point, I guess. All I know is my mama, though. I don't know nothing else but my mom.
Do you know the reason for their split?
Shit, my mama a real nigga and he ain't. That's the only thing I can think of. She held it down. She been holding it down.
Never met this person.
Mm.
Ever seen what he looked like?
Yeah, I met him. I know exactly who he is.
Oh, you
He
have?
know who I am.
Okay.
He ain't no complete stranger. He a stranger because, you know, I guess at some point in his life, that's probably what he felt like. I don't know. I'll never understand why, you know, a nigga brings something into this world and not put their all and priority into that. But, you know, everybody ain't cut from the same cloth.
And is that something you ever spoke to him about, why he wasn't in your life? Or do you know the reason behind that?
Yeah, I have before, but I'm older now, you know? Like, I kind of figured out my path. I found my lane and shit. When I was younger, it affected me because, you know, who don't need their daddy when they young? And I got a different daddy than my other brothers and my little sister, so it was like when people would go with their daddies and shit, I was always bad. Their daddies ain't want me to come with them back in the day. So, you know, it used to fuck with me when I was little. But as I got older, I stopped giving a fuck.
So how many times did you actually see him in your upbringing?
I can count on my hands, really. Or probably I just can't remember all the time, but it definitely wasn't no grip, for sure.
So you do have that conversation, or you do find out the reason why he's not in your life?
I ain't never really asked him about it, like why he didn't do it. I always kind of approached him like, you know, it would have probably helped me, but at the same time, though, I tell him like, shit, even I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if I had a daddy. And I went down the right path, I probably took a different lane, so it worked out for me, so I don't fault him for that. I don't hold no grudge against him. You know, I still got love for the nigga. He brought me in this world and shit. Ain't no bad feelings.
And when you say you have no grudge, you truly mean that?
For sure.
Because
sure.
there may be people out there in your same description that would hold a grudge.
Yeah, but everybody's situation different, you know? He just simply wasn't there when he should have been. That's the only part, even though that's the most major part, that's the only thing he fought me. And he ain't never put his hands on my mama, disrespect my mama. He just, you know, wasn't around.
And they were never, ever married?
Hell no. Not at all.
Mentally or emotionally, has this been something you sought any professional help over?
Say it again.
Mentally or emotionally, dealing with no father in your life, as the description you provided.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been something that you sought any professional help with?
Nah, nope. I just thugged it out. Cause even if he wasn't in my life, I had uncles, all the niggas from my hood, all the older bros, big cousins and shit. I had a lot of father figures and shit. So it affected me, but then again, it didn't. Cause you know, my mama got a lot of support from my uncles.
And be that as it may, do you want it?
I don't care, shit. I don't need it. So I can't want it, cause shit, I don't need it.
Now, what did that teach you? What did you learn from that experience of growing up under the roof of your mother, the way things played out with your father, and that upbringing there?
Shit. That you never know how life gonna turn out, and you know everybody's life ain't meant to be peaches and cream, and life definitely gonna be a bumpy road. So, only thing I took from that shit is just strength. You know, it gave me more strength than any other young nigga ever had. That's why I feel like I'm advanced more than my age, cause it's like all the shit that I seen, I didn't dwell on it or like complain about it. My mama didn't either. She never really complained to us. Like she always told us, make a way. So shit, that's all I know is just whatever the situation is, it's gotta be a bright side of it. Gotta be.
Care to share your current age in this interview?
Yeah, I'm 19.
And even though you're 19, what do you feel like age-wise?
An old nigga. I feel like I've been out here for a minute.
Want to put an age on how you feel? Even though on paper you're 19.
Probably about 30 plus. That's how I act. I don't like partying. I don't like fucking with a lot of niggas. Move like a real nigga, how niggas do when they get to that age. That's what I feel like.
Is that from growing up with older people in your life?
I think so, most definitely. And the situations that occurred in my life too. So all of it played a part. Me being surrounded by nothing but older people and how my situation turned out.
And when you say you were surrounded by older people, how much difference in age are we talking? Average.
Shit, you gotta think, I'm born in 2002, so literally everybody who my uncles gambling with, like all my uncles, my mama like a real deal. My mama and my uncles, like they prodigies in my hood, so I was always known as like the hood baby, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this crazy K son, that's Papa nephew, so I always was around. Everybody gave me the respect even when I was a shorty because they knew who my peoples was. But I carried myself as I got older. I just grew more into them, like paid attention, listened more, and I just like, my whole persona built off that.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, but generally speaking, let's say somebody's watching this interview and they're dealing with the split of their parents. Anything you would say to them?
Shit, thug it out. Whichever parent that you is left with, cherish that parent and, get them the respect and the love as much as you can, because, you see what happened with the other side. It's some people that ain't got no parents, mama or daddy. It's the grandma. So, whichever sibling or whichever older relative you close with, just cherish them.
Anything else on this topic of a split?
Shit, no.
You did mention you do have siblings.
Yeah.
You were the only seed of your mother and father, but how many siblings did you grow up under the roof of your mother?
It's 4 of us, so it was 3 siblings, 2 brothers and 1 little sister.
And where did you stand on that ladder in age amongst them?
Both of my brothers is older than me. I'm the youngest boy, and I had a baby sister.
So kind of in the middle?
Yeah, kind of like the middle child, but they're really like the second to last for the youngest.
Youngest male?
Youngest male, yeah. I'm the middle child now because my mama just had another baby, but.
And what was that like on that part of the ladder, whether it was the youngest among the males or being towards the middle at that time? Now you're officially the middle, but what was that like growing up in that environment, just of the siblings itself?
Man, everybody know when you the youngest child, bro. It's a gift and a curse. Mama love her baby. Mama love her youngest child, but the youngest is always the wild ones, always the most curious ones. You know what I'm saying? So my childhood really just been off of all curiosity. I used to just do shit I knew I had no business doing. I just did it.
And what did that teach you? What did you learn from that experience of you and your siblings? What did you take away from that, if anything?
Shit, family is all you got, Y'all gonna starve together, y'all gonna ball together, cry together, just family. One thing that my mama taught us is just stick together no matter what the situation is. So I just took out loyalty, really.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, but generally speaking, let's say somebody's watching this interview and they're the youngest amongst their siblings. Anything you would say to them?
Shit, the youngest is always the golden child. So make some live up to the name. Make some out of it.
Anything else on this topic of siblings?
Shit, my older brother Ani, not my oldest brother, but the one after him. He really I learned a lot of this shit from him, mentally, like the level-headed side, cause he the cool and the calm collector one. Graduated high school, went to college, So he really the brains of this shit. He always steered me on the right path.
Anything else on the topic of siblings? Now, speaking of your family, were you the only member to go the music route?
Yeah, for sure.
And what's been the reaction from other family members to that career choice?
Well, I made it to a point, so of course it's motherfuckers showing love, but when it first started, it was a hit and miss. Some people supported it, some people looked over it. A lot of people around me was in the position to do for me, and they didn't. And they was, kind of fucking with the music, but But nah, not really.
So how do you cope with that?
Shit, I'm a player. I just go with the flow. I still look out for niggas to this day, you know, older niggas. Older niggas that I know for a fact that when my upcoming, I was trying to fuck with them. I used to look up to them, you know, listen to all their music and shit, and you know they kind of brushed a young nigga off, and it really wasn't no problem to me. I don't fault a nigga for that, but I definitely don't do the same shit to other niggas. I'm player with everything I do, so niggas know how they used to treat me, and I'm gonna always be the player because I ain't gonna do you the same way.
And for time reference, it's May 2022 now.